So this is probably going to be one of my most important videos that I've done in a long time. And the reason why this is very important is because I've had a few people post in the comment section this same statement. And so I want to address it because this is very, very important for the future of this first infrastructure bill, the American Families Plan, the second infrastructure bill, as well as plans in the future, maybe another stimulus package with stimulus checks and all that. This is crucial in order for us to move forward. We have to address this question. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so we've heard Senator Manchin talk about bipartisan support. He wants bipartisan support, or he is not going to support these bills that come before him. So we're talking about the voting rights bill. We're talking about the infrastructure bill, this first infrastructure bill, potentially the second infrastructure bill. If it's not bipartisan, he doesn't want to move forward. He doesn't want to vote for it. Now, we don't know if he's talking about bipartisan support, meaning 7 Senate Republicans or 10 Senate Republicans, because you can have some bipartisan support if you have some Republicans come on to a bill. So we don't know what Senator Manchin is talking about when it comes to bipartisan support. But what we do know is Senator Manchin right now, he's stalling. So he is not moving forward. He's not helping President Biden get his agenda through. And so there was a question, and this is actually not a question. This is a statement that was posted in the comment section. Like I said, plenty of people have made this same statement. So let's talk about it. So why doesn't Joe Manchin become a Republican? He does not want to help Americans out. Now he must be voted out. Let's remember that. So basically what that comment was saying is, why doesn't Senator Manchin become a Republican? Well, this would be bad. This would be bad because Democrats would lose power. So if Manchin became a Republican, then Mitch McConnell would now become the majority leader again. And we saw what happened all last year when Mitch McConnell was the leader. He didn't get anything done. He didn't want to move forward with anything. And so because of this situation, you don't want Senator Manchin to become a Republican unless you don't want anything to get done. If you don't want this infrastructure bill, this first one, or if you don't want the American Families Plan, the second infrastructure bill, or even future stimulus packages, if you don't want those things to get done, that's Mitch McConnell would make sure those things don't get done. But if you still have power, if Chuck Schumer is still the majority leader of the Senate, you have a possibility of getting some of those things done. Senator Manchin knows this. He holds the power right now. He does. And people are going to have to come to him on both sides to try to see if they can get him to go along with what they want, go along with their agenda. But right now, this is tough for President Biden because President Biden is talking with Joe Manchin, trying to get him to come on board. Joe Manchin is kind of playing both sides, right? He's saying, oh, yeah, I'll do what President Biden wants to do, but I want to make it bipartisan. Okay, well, we're not there. We're just not there. President Biden will be meeting with Senator Capito today. They're going to continue their negotiations. But when it comes to the infrastructure bill, this first infrastructure bill, but they're not even close. They're not even close because they can't even decide on how to pay for this. So I just wanted to point that out when it comes to Senator Manchin becoming a Republican. If that were to happen, then you're going to give Mitch McConnell back his leadership. And I don't think that's what most people want right now. They want to see things get done. And the best way to have things get done is to try to still work with Senator Manchin. Okay, so there's one more comment that I want to post, and I've seen this a few times as well. And this is saying, and we're looking at the top here, James, thank you for putting your comment in here. So, David, you're saying no more stimulus, but other YouTube channels say we will get another stimulus. So who's telling the truth? Okay, James, thank you again for the comment. Now, when it comes to other YouTube channels, and I don't really watch a lot of other YouTube channels when it comes to stimulus checks and stimulus package and stuff like that. But what I will tell you is there's nothing on the table right now for another stimulus. There's just nothing on the table. And when I talk about stimulus, we're talking about this American Families Plan. That's what we're focused on as far as stimulus. But if you're referring to a stimulus check, there are no stimulus checks on the table at this point. You hear different politicians talk about it, but guess what? They have not authored a bill. They have not presented a bill in the House or in the Senate. So at this point, we do not have another stimulus check on the table. And so what that means is if they're telling you that we'll be getting another stimulus check, they're not being honest with you. At this point, it is not on the table. As soon as it's on the table, you better believe that I'll come back and let you guys know. And so that's the way that I do things. I'm not going to tell you that, oh, it looks like it should be on the table. You have politicians talking about it. No, it doesn't go anywhere until they actually present it. And they have not presented anything when it comes to another stimulus check. All we're seeing right now are letters going to the president saying, we think that people should receive stimulus checks, or we think that people should receive reoccurring payments. But they're not doing anything to make that happen. And they are the legislators. They don't even need to send letters to the president. They can legislate on their own and then send it to the president for the final signature. So I just wanted to clear that up. At this point, at the current state, and if you watch other YouTube channels and they're saying, yes, there's stimulus checks, they're coming, ask them when, ask them how much, and ask them who is authoring that bill. And you're not going to be able to get a response because it hasn't, there's no authors. No one has put anything forward when it comes to another stimulus check. So if you guys have any other questions, please post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.